I had some fears about going up against a very powerful employer backed by Mayor Bloomberg private company. I was worried about the time commitment it was going to take to bring this lawsuit. I was worried about the reputational risk if this got out. I was worried about retaliation for future employers if they were going to, thwart any of my efforts to get hired in the future. But again, I was sort of reminded that this is your federal employee right to be able to protect yourself. And so I got comfortable with that when I realized that, if you really look deep into what I was bringing up, this was not a personal attack against Bloomberg or a vendetta against anyone. It was just a protection of my own rights and wanted to make sure I wasn't getting taken advantage of. So I got comfortable with that. I definitely took the risk thinking that, this might backfire in some way from a reputational standpoint. And I really didn't even expect the positive outcome that would come from bringing justice to what ended up being 1,200 people in a class action, and how that outcome affected the lives of all those former employers in such a positive way. The reputational risk did not actually adversely affect me. I think you'll find my name is out there on the internet associated with this lawsuit, and there's a few quotes that might, be taken out of context. But I approach it head on. I mean, I've now worked for 5 different employers, and every single one of them, I've been upfront and frank about this lawsuit with them. And all of them say, no problem. That's totally understandable. So I think when people hear you're suing your former employer, your new employer might ask questions like why, or actually be a little concerned, well, are you going to do that to us? And I think this was just an extenuating circumstance that when addressed with the new employer about what it is and why you brought it, they totally understand. And so I've actually had, in my opinion, absolutely zero negative repercussions to the reputational risk here. If anything, I feel like it's only improved my reputation amongst former employees that worked for Bloomberg, because I brought justice to them and for the years that they worked for the company.